All right, everyone, welcome back to another Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the False Hero story event as well as the False Hero Gacha event, which is coming out very, very soon. So first, we're going to take a look at the story event, and then we'll go into the SSR character that's coming out. So the SSR, or the story event, the False Hero story event is centered around the Ultimate MECHAMARU, and you can kind of see this the SR recollection bit. It's very, very funny stuff. Me was trying to teach MECHAMARU or something, Mai's recording it. It's goofy, very goofy stuff. This is cute stuff. I like this stuff with the expanding the characters a little bit. It's always good to see, especially in a story like Jujutsu Kaisen where there's like zero damn filler, dude. There's no character interactions, which you would think wouldn't be a complaint, but you know what I'm saying. Formidable foes, obtain as many exorcism tokens as possible. That's the SR recollection bit. Collect exorcism tokens for the event reward limit break. Standard stuff. You get the little pieces that you can use and you get all these rewards, which is nice. You already know with these chaos crystals, that's like the cream of the crop, the best thing that you're going to want to be shooting for, as well as these phantom medals if you don't have any of those phantom characters. So, interesting to notice though, I am not seeing... Yeah, I'm not seeing any on here, but they're usually with these story events or, and the map events, they'll give out a free 10 summons, a free multi on the main headlining banner. And this one, I'm not seeing it. I'm just seeing the standard pool tickets, which is interesting. You also get this SSR recollection bit free dupe, which is always nice. These are the event bonuses. Obviously, the brand new character, we'll get into him. The brand new recollection bits and the free to play. And it's weak to green types, so that's gonna be fun. But other than that, that's all we got for this story event. I'm kind of disappointed. I thought we'd have a free multi coming from that, but it doesn't look like it. So let's just talk about this real quick. Right here, we got the brand new SSR character. I've seen everything. Kokichi Muda, set to make his appearance. June 20th is when this all drops, by the way. So I believe like 24 hours from now is when we'll be seeing this guy as well as that story event. And should you summon on this guy? Man, I'm going to have to say no, but it's a hesitant no. It kind of depends on your account. We'll go into the reasons why. This guy is also interesting, too, because he's the first SSR Shibuya incident character. So with this guy coming out, starts a streamline of, SSR Shoko, SSR Mei, SSR Ino, a lot of Shibuya incident characters that are going to be coming into play after this guy's release. So that's going to be very, very exciting. I'm always excited to see more and new characters coming in here. I'm not sure if this guy technically counts as a new character. He's got a different name than the Ultimate MECHAMARU. This guy's just Kokichi Muda, so we'll see how that's handled. I'm not entirely sure, but let's jump into his kit real quick and kind of discuss that before we get too far. So, should you summon before I get in any further, I guess? Probably not. Dude, if you're hurting for green units, just close your eyes for me right now and think of like a good green unit that's coming out. All right, if you're open your eyes, and if it was this Awakening Satoru Gojo, pat yourself on the back because you're right. This guy is way better in every single way. I mean, even from a sheer numbers perspective, this guy's just putting up more numbers. He's got the counter. He's got the revival. He's got Awakening. He's got the immunity. He's got the, what is that, 1,800% damage to one character. That's absurd damage. It just absolutely crazy character. And he's, like 4 or 5 months away, 5 months away at most. At the pace they're going on global, dude, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's sooner, dude. They have been releasing like a unit every single week. It's actually crazy. So I don't know, man. It kind of depends on your account. If you're like a Mitch, if you kind of spend like a light spender, maybe a multi or two, I wouldn't hurt. If you're going to do anything, always get to at least the 10 pity points so you can transfer that. But I wouldn't go anything further than like 2 multis and just to test your luck out. But let's just talk real quick about what he actually does. So he's a attacking combined unit. taijutsu and jujutsu mix up, so he's combined unit, as well as his characteristic is he's immune to darkness and cannot be assigned to Ultimate Mechamaru on the same team, which makes sense because Ultimate Mechamaru is kind of like the main puppet he would control. All the other little Mechamarus are just kind of fakes that just kind of do like attack for him, but like this Ultimate Mechamaru and the one that he's piloting are the only ones that are probably of the most importance for him. So let's just talk about skill 1. Deals 250% ranged taijutsu damage to the selected enemy and inflicts 2 Mechamaru counts to the selected enemy for 4 turns. So that's his gimmick, is this Mechamaru count right here. Each and every attack pretty much is going to inflict some Mechamaru counts. And his stronger attacks, I think skill 3 and skill 4 are the ones that you'd actually utilize this based on how many Mechamaru counts you have is dependent on how much extra damage you're going to get out of it. So skill 2 is sword option, deals 180% range taijutsu, so he's got an AoE to all enemies and inflicts another 1 Mechamaru count to all enemies. But if your own curse energy is 30 or more, add the following effects into the skill. Refreshes the duration of all enemies' Mechamaru counts by 4. That's going to be very nice. You're very an essential skill to have. And reduces own curse energy by 10. So not bad. Formation attack is skill 3. This is where I'm talking about where it's actually going to come into play with your damage. So it deals 90% range taijutsu damage and 90% range jujutsu damage to the selected enemy for 2 hits. The more Mechamaru counts you have, from 1 is 10% and up to 100 or up to 10 is 100%. So as well as it keeps inflicting the Mechamaru counts to those enemies. So also says right here, deals 220% range jujutsu to all enemies. Same thing, if you have 10. If you have 1 count, you get 10%. If you have 10, you have 100%. So makes sense. Inflicts 1 Mechamaru count to all enemies, 4 turns. So pretty basic stuff, pretty standard stuff. You're just building up these Mechamaru counts, and then your skill 3 as well as your ultimate, which is Ultra Cannon, deals 100% ranged jujutsu damage to all enemies. The more Mechamaru counts you have, the greater damage boost, up to an extra 100%. Decreases all enemies' ultimate skill count by 1, as well as removes all the Mechamaru counts, and can't be used in the domain excluding Chimera Shadow Garden, Malevolent Shrine, and Infinite Void, which is interesting. I'm wondering why that is. It's not because it's open domains, because why would that count in Infinite Void? Dude, I don't know why that is, but there's no telling. His combo skill is kind of standard, but auto skills, Puppet Manipulation at the start of battle, inflict darkness immunity to self, increases own break damage by 130%. If the selected enemy is in break state or breaking the selected enemy, increases damage dealt by 30% for 3 turns and cannot be stacked. With everyone together is at the start of turn, increases own damage dealt by 60% for 1 turn, and based on the number of Kyoto Jujutsu High School affiliation ally present in the wave, increases damage dealt by from 30% up to 150%. So this is obviously a skill right here that's going to get better whenever these Kyoto Jujutsu High School SSRs get better, because currently most of them are kind of just not good, just plain and simple. They're not good units. You got a couple of them that at best are solid, you know. If we get like maybe in the Shibuya incident, we get like an SSR Toto from the Shibuya incident that is like crazy good, this is going to be a bit more valuable. But currently, as it stands, this is not going to be doing you much favors, realistically. Other than that, honestly, he's a solid unit. Again, just to reiterate, he is not a bad unit. I'll even pull up the tier list for the JJK Wiki just to give you an idea. Yeah, there he is, right there at the top 3 damage dealers in the game, behind Sukuna. Of course, he's in a tier of his own, but then Yuji Itadori, Zoni Itadori, and then boom, you have him. Like, he is a good unit. He's even higher than the Hollow Purple Gojo, so keep that in mind. Like, he's not a bad unit. He's just what's coming out soon, probably an even better green unit. Like, I don't know. It's a hard sell for me. This guy's limited. That other guy, Muda, is going to be on the standard pull. You'll eventually pull this guy, dude, and eventually you'll get to a point where you won't stop pulling this guy. You're going to pull this guy left and right, and you're just going to pull your hair out because you keep seeing this guy and it's pissing you off. Like, let's just be so for real right now. Obviously, there's like the 1 in 100 people that whenever he gets added to the standard pool, like they just can't summon him. I get it, but dude, honestly, out of terms of just value to a box and to your characters, he's mid. It's kind of just dependent. If you have a lot of green DPSs, like you might just not need him, but I wouldn't fault anyone for summoning on him because, I mean, look, he's in the same tier as Zone G. He's a limited, same tier as a lot of these characters, which are high damage dealers. But, dude, I just can't justify it. Dude, I'm not in my right mind with this guy right around the corner, with that Shoko right around the corner. There's just, in my opinion, there's not much room for him, as just all he does is DPS, it seems, and there's nothing else he brings to the table. Meanwhile, this guy is bringing what was that Muda's ultimate? His ultimate was 1,000. This guy's doing 1,800 just base stat, as well as he's got, what is it? His counter? Yeah, he's got a counter which does 500%. That's like just on his counter, he's dealing half the damage that Muda's ultimate is, dude. It just looking at sheer numbers, there's not much value to that Muda, and that's all I'm going to leave it as. You can summon for him if you want. He's kind of an up to you. If you pull him, wonderful. He's a great unit, but I would still be saving for that Satoru Gojo. So tell me what you guys think. Are you guys going to be summoning on this guy? I'll probably do maybe a multi or two if they give us the free tickets. It doesn't seem like we're getting them, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.